So where we left off, we're all villagers in the area of this forbidding keep that everybody avoided, but villagers have been disappearing. You were drafted as the bravest and most expendable of your villages to go and figure out what was happening and hopefully rescue some of the other villagers. The keep has a long and sordid legend and history.
Bravest and most indispensable equals dumb.
To be clear, I said bravest and most expendable.
Yeah, okay. That's what I thought.
You guys made your way in, searched around the courtyard a little bit, steered clear of the giant sinkhole. One of Column's people dipped into the well and found no good there. You found the stuff in that burnt out ruins. Then instead of going into this guard tower through the front door, you went up to the battlements, had a fight on the battlements with these horrific beastmen. They were shaped like humans, bipedal, but all in the forms of horrific beasts wearing disgusting, gross furs. Jenny's character with the pitchfork took out the biggest, the beast champion. Got killed just after that, but that turned the tide. The last couple survivors went running then down the stairwell into the tower. As Colum said, one of his characters said, pursue them. And that's where we are. So going down the stairwell into the main room of the tower. The hot stench of rot rolls from the tower, raising bile in the backs of your throats. The floor of the wide tower and the stairs you're coming down are covered in rotting hides of cattle, sheep, and who knows what else. You're going on a narrow staircase spiraling down around the tower wall. As you come down, you see the couple surviving beastmen throw the bar to the front door that you didn't break down and come in and dash out into the courtyard. There is a stairwell down here, but most shockingly of all these shocking things of all, dark forms hang right through the wall. Surely these are your fellow countrymen. What do you do?
And we go check out our fellow countrymen.
Okay, there are 4 of them. Brent, would you like to introduce your player characters?
Yes. So the first is despite his current conditions, a rather well-looking gentleman. He's used to more finer things. And he introduces himself. He says, hello, my name is Hey-Ho, and I am a tax collector. I'm not sure how I found myself in these circumstances, but I find myself equipped with a longsword, so that's rather neat. And then next to him is a caravan guard named Pubba.
Let's go with the tax collector.
What? All right.
We kill the
I get the longsword, though.
All right, he's down.
So that's Pubba, is a caravan guard with a short sword. A Grunk, who is a trapper with a sling. But it's funny. So just the way this guy generated, his lucky sign is the bull, so he's got a +1 on melee attack rolls. Or whatever, I'm not familiar. He started out with a sling, so that's fun. Greg over here is a smuggler, also has a sling, and of the 4, I've got the best feeling that Greg is the one that's going to survive.
Okay. I'm assuming you'll free your countrymen, which, a little rattling of chains and whatnot will accomplish quickly.
No.
And you guys don't remember much. Each of your guys was out and about doing their business in the country when they were suddenly set upon and knocked unconscious. You woke up here. The only information you really have is that there were other prisoners. Some were taken out the front door into that courtyard, for what purpose you don't know, and some were taken down the downstairs stairwell into whatever's in the cellars of this keep. The one thing that is nice for you is that they seem to take pains not to cause you any excessive harm. So you have full hit points, which seemed surprising in some ways. And the other nice thing is your gear is stacked up conveniently off to the side. Actually in a metal box, almost as though they had plans for it in the future.
Oh, interesting. Hey-Ho is the first one to the box, and he very specifically recovers his possessions because he has a keen mind for that sort of thing. Pubba and Grunk, they just sort of meander up to the cask, to the box together, and they just kind of take some things out that they think might have been theirs. Greg shows up last and gets the rest of the stuff.
Okay. So you recover your gear. Do people want to do a quick intro of your characters now that we've met? Oh, and Cam, you've actually generated new characters. But they're the ones they've been all along, of course.
Of course. There's 1, the minstrel, 2, the miller baker, 3, the dwarven miner, and 4, the elven sage.
Excellent.
I remember them well.
So you're almost like a family now at this point with those guys.
Oh, we are.
You know them so well. Okay, and Jenny, who are your 3 survivors?
2 brothers, Alistair and Avery, and Alistair is a mercenary, but so far he hasn't been much good. He's been hanging back like a bit of a coward. Avery is a blacksmith. They both survived spider bites and have saving throws against poison. And then we have Arthur, who's a woodcutter, and Arthur has been doing rather well for himself. And he is actually, I don't really have like halfling or a dwarf or anything like that. They're just human, I guess.
They're all humans unless you'd rolled specific. Like they would have come up as halfling or elf in the generation. Yeah.
And Arthur has the lucky sign of the wild child, which gives him some speed. And I don't suppose any of the beasts that we've encountered are hobgoblins, are they?
No, they're like all unique mutated creature people.
Oh, damn. Because Avery speaks hobgoblin.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Anyway, those are mine.
And Colin,
Alistair, Arthur, and Avery.
I've got last night on the job before retirement, who is a beetle, and then I've got shows everyone a photo of his mom. He's a dock worker, and he has a lucky sign of Fox's cunning. She can +1 on finding and disabling traps, so he won't last long. And getting married tomorrow, who is an alchemist, who also has no luck. He has a sack.
All right. And just a quick reminder of the rules. Mostly the rules will be D20. You want to roll equal to or higher than the target. Often it'll be like a strength roll, so you'll add the +1 or -1 or whatever the strength modifier comes out to. The general premise, if you haven't done this before, especially Brent, you're all 0 level characters. This is called a funnel adventure, where a lot go in and relatively few come out often. But those who do then graduate to first level and actual classes and things like that. I think people have learned so far not to get too attached to anybody. Body counts are high.
I do have a question.
Yeah.
So from our last adventure, everybody's hit points are obviously a little bit low. Are we allowed to regenerate back up to what they should be, or no?
No, I don't think so. Well,
I don't think so either. But I thought about that as well. You know.
Checking.
But I mean,
It's okay.
I mean, Cam. The weird thing is, Cam and Brent now all have full hit points, and you two don't. So I don't know.
And 1 hit
How about
how
this?
many hit points you have? You functionally have 1.
You know that Brent and Cam are going to be down to like 2 characters.
Oh, sure. How about this, though? As a reward for surviving and maintaining your characters, I'll give each of you 2 hit points to recover as your characters catch their breath. So not 2 for each character, 2 to spread amongst them.
Oh, okay.
2 per human. Yeah.
Mine still have their full, use the term full loosely, hit points. So can I give getting married tomorrow 1 hit point so he has 2 instead of 1?
Sure, why not? Just for fun.
A bit of longevity.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean,
thank you very
and honestly, it may seem like I'm being unfairly generous by the game system, and I am, but I have no clue how you guys are supposed to survive part 2 of this, so I don't feel too bad about
that.
it.
Yes, here we are, 9 months on, stronger than ever.
If I were a player, I would just. Yeah.
I have spread my hit points. Thank you.
Okay, so you have let your countrymen down off the wall now. They've shaken their shackled wrists and picked up their gear. The couple of beastmen who ran out now, they've got a pretty good lead on you as they seem to be running, if you glance out, running for the door of the keep and heading out into the wild.
Can you describe the room in which we find ourselves?
I can. So it is covered in sort of gross, rotting hides of the sort that the creatures were wearing as well. You're pretty sure there's various mammal, some domestic animals, possibly human. There's just like heaped up all over the floor and the stairs on the way down. There's a stairwell down in the corner of the room, down to the lower level, and the chains on the wall. And I think, that's about it.
No, are these hides thick enough to mask any kind of feel any kind of hidden doors or traps or anything?
They're covering the floor. They could be covering just about anything here. But when I say there's a stairwell down, it's the same stairwell you just got off of. It just continues the spiral down to a lower level.
So stairwell also goes back up towards the bottom.
You came down from the battlement on that stairwell, and then it continues down into the darkness.
The doorway that they fled out
leads into the courtyard. Yeah,
in the room we're in.
From the room that you're in now. Yeah.
So, asking Brent's characters, where did they take our compatriots? Some went down, some went to the courtyard.
Yeah.
So, I know down is bad, but our job is to find them.
Mm-hmm. Well, and also I should add, thwart whatever evil force is raiding and kidnapping people.
Kidnapping your countrymen.
And actually, you guys spent time in the courtyard. You saw like footsteps of beastmen like dragging people toward the well in particular.
Yeah, we saw there was a big mess of footprints going.
I remember
back and
that.
forth on the well.
Let's throw the tax collector in the well.
I remember that well.
See what happens.
Yeah, one of Column's characters. Did you actually die in the well, or were you pulled out before you were hypnotized and turned into?
No, I think we pulled out. We pulled him out. I think we pulled him out.
Yeah. It seemed like bad things are going to ensue in the well. Yeah.
Well, I guess the obvious route is down the stairs, but peasant democracy rules. So
3, the dwarven miner, is happy to take point going down the stairs.
Yeah, as will last night on the job.
Okay.
He'll go fourth too.
I mean, all my characters will follow, but 3, the dwarven miner, is perfectly comfortable going down.
Oh, and the general recommendation for when everybody has 3 or more characters, and you don't have to tell me who it is in all cases, but have your characters in mind, like who's in sort of the front row, middle, and back, and each of you will have one in the front-ish, is the way they. So you don't all end up fighting. Okay.
Yeah.
You're headed down.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do it.
So you head down into what turns out to be the sprawling dungeon area of the keep. It is, unless I say different, any room down here, it's dark and the air is very cool and wet. You come down the steps, and on the way down the steps, the light from upstairs glints like shimmers of gold at the edge of your light, several steps below.
Does it seem like a natural lantern reflection, or?
Doesn't seem like there's any light source down there, and that may work otherwise. Find just a few actual
3.
Yeah, and also he's been chained to the wall, so we'll give him a
fair.
No,
fair.
the tax collector is not making it out of this one way or like that's not going to happen.
We'll get a
room out that way, and it seems like on this last landing that you're on now, it seems like a lot of activity happened right here.
Oh, okay. Well, that may or may not be good. Where are the exits and entrances again? We came down the stairs.
Yep, and then you can go ahead down the stairs as well, but it seems like here. It seems like this was a big gathering point or something. You see a lot of drag marks on the floor that you didn't see further up.
Okay, so it's kind of a landing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's totally a landing. Yeah.
Follow the drag marks.
Yeah, let's do that.
We got a job to do.
Arthur grips his hand axe and follows the drag marks.
Okay, so they go down the stairs, but also you realize, since you've looked at them now, they go up to the wall, which now that you hold your light up to it is actually a vault door that was almost but not completely closed. So with this cursory bit of extra inspection, you see that there's what seems to be like a vault-style door. Almost completely shut here.
Yeah, 3, being the dwarven miner that he is absolutely interested in the vault.
Okay. So you open up the door, your light shines in. It is a 20 by 30 vault. A narrow hall lined with cut stone blocks, dusty cobwebs hang for the low ceiling. Time itself seems to weigh upon this ancient place. A trio of upended chests rest in the shadows of the rear of the chamber amid a scattering of coins. Tracks the dust record the path of recent looters.
So there's a few loose coins, but it's mostly been flipped.
Yeah, it looks like it was undisturbed for a long time, and then a lot of stuff came out of it, and again, it looks like it was headed downstairs.
Grabbing a coin,
Mhm.
is it coin of the realm? Is it something we've never seen before?
They're very, very old coins.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
There's a handful of copper, a little bit of silver, maybe even a gold piece in here as well. And 3 chests upended in the corner. And it looks like a lot of coffers and chests were also dragged out of here.
Shows everyone a photo of his mother. Would like to maybe check out the chests for traps.
Okay, let's see. All right, yeah. Glancing at the, you realize that whoever looted this, 2 of them are unremarkable, but one, the floor of the chest seems to be 4 inches too high for what it is, suggesting a false compartment there.
I think the tax collector should bust that open.
With gusto. I would like to examine the bottom of the chest and use my lucky sign, Fox's Cunning, to find any traps.
Tax collector has no luck.
Oh, right, yeah, so it adds your luck rating to whatever the roll is. Yeah.
Oh, I gotcha. Okay, cool.
Sorry, I did not specify that.
That's
All
okay.
right.
It'll just be a
So
plus
anyway,
0.
but with inspecting the back, you see there's a false panel that you can that clearly slides open. It's not the most elaborate of false bottoms, but if it was on its, if it was right side up, you would see it, of course. And you can try to search it for a trap if you'd like.
I'd like to.
Okay, let us have that be a roll plus wisdom, please.
Okay.
So a D20 plus or minus whatever your wisdom rating is.
I don't seem to have a wisdom rating.
I don't have a wisdom.
Oh, wait.
Game.
Intelligence. There's an intelligence.
Hold on.
It's got to be
Like
intelligence.
intelligence or personality?
Oh, hold on.
Okay.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. It'll be your intelligence rating. Thank you.
Okay.
Sorry.
That's going to be a plus 0.
I should have an actual character sheet in front of me. Okay.
Yep, you're good. So that's going to be a 6.
Okay. You don't detect any kind of trap here.
Okay. Is there a way that, and I apologize, I'm going to if I can pry the bottom up by some sort of catch or mechanism.
It literally, you can just, if you press it and slide it, it'll open up. You can see that.
What do I see?
So when you slide it, the trap you missed goes off.
Yay!
So that'll be a reflex save looking for a 15.
Okay.
So look at your reflex save number for that
It's going to
character.
be a minus. Wow, I got a 16. Minus 1 is 15.
Okay. You slide it, you hear a little click and pull your hand away just in time as like a little scythe whips out and thumps into the bottom of the thing. Would have cut off 1d2 fingers if you had not made that roll. But you did. Well done. This game's going to be easy. I don't know what I was thinking. You find inside 2 silver rings set with emeralds, a silk tabard stitched with the sigil of chaos, and a steel vial containing 2 doses of a liquid substance.
I'm sorry. Did we have an alchemist in our midst? Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah, you should drink
married
it.
Tomorrow is an alchemist.
Excuse me, sir. Can you identify? I've got 2 doses of some kind of liquid in here. Shake it in front of getting married tomorrow's face.
Is there any point in him attempting a roll to identify these things?
Oh, yeah. So this would be a skill roll, and the way this is kind of like vaguely defined, like if you have a relevant background, like an alchemist looking at a potion, you roll a d20. If you don't, you roll a d10. So odds are not great.
I like that.
And is it just an intelligence roll?
Intelligence makes sense for sure. Oh, one last rule bit I didn't mention, and probably I don't know if this is a rule to use it on. You can spend your luck. It's very hard to get back, but you can spend your luck for 1 luck equals +1 on your roll before you make the roll.
Yeah, I'm not going to burn luck because that would give me an extra 1, right? I rolled a 2, so
Okay.
I would just quit my 2.
Yeah, you do. No, you're not sure what it is. Trial and error is all you have, I fear.
Would anyone like to try this dose of mysterious liquid?
You know what? Fuck it. The alchemist is going to try it. So I'm gonna take a sip of 1. What's it going to be? Fortitude save.
You don't make a save. Here is what happens. And now that you've tasted it, you know what it is. But it's too late. It is black lotus oil. Characters imbibing it gain 1d10 hit points for 1 hour. But at the end of the hour, you lose any hit points gained from the oil and must succeed on a. So you may take a hit when you lose it. But for the time being, add a d10 of hit points to this guy. But note how much you gain from it.
And that is going to be 8. Nope, 6.
Okay. So you have a temporary bonus 6 hit points. Does anybody else want to slug the extra other dose now that they know it won't kill them immediately, but may help kill them later?
Is it apparently the same thing?
Oh, yeah, it's 2 doses in the same vial.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
Pardon me. That's
Yes,
currently in Heiho's possession because Heiho is the one that has the trap. So Heiho gets the stuff. That's the way it works.
Okay.
I asked for the alchemist to help with this.
I lean over to any one of Jenny's character and I say, "Hey, as we're leaving, we're locking this fucker in the vault."
And I nod briefly.
Okay.
I got 8 hit points and an hour to use them, so let's get moving.
Greg stealthily walks up behind Heiho and takes the potion from him and quaffs it immediately.
All right.
So I roll a d10 and I add that many temporary hit points to my character.
Well, hold on. Do you want to? You can resist that, hey-ho, if you want.
Oh, yeah, that's a great point.
Oh, wait, you're stealing it from your own character.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you can do whatever the hell you want then. Sorry.
Yeah, okay. I was like,
okay.
I didn't know we were going to get that granular, but okay.
Well, no, yeah.
Heiho's
I
pissed,
didn't
but
put in that they were both your guys. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's no problem. Yeah, so Greg, he rolls a d10 and adds that many hit points?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great.
For now.
And then he'll take that many in such amount of time, right?
Mm-hmm. And then you are able to scrape up some pocket change from the floor. It seems like things were moved hastily from here. If you all survive the adventure, we can roll and see how much you got. It's not much. Okay, that seems to be all. There's no other exit from the vault, which makes sense because vault. So that leaves the only unexplored path as yet in the downward direction.
Go.
Down we go.
Okay, that takes us to the big hall. Wide stone steps descend into a long hall. The walls are decorated with elaborate tile mosaics depicting foul ceremonies to horrific and baleful fiends. The walls are slick with condensation and black algae. The condensation runs in rivulets and collects in a long, brackish pool set in the center of the hall. So, 2 things. 1, everybody please make a luck check for your characters. This isn't something bad happening to you, but if you hit 15s, you make a small discovery, each of you. So for each, in this case, each character, not each player.
Okay,
And
so
I'll
each
pull up
character
then
makes a
I'll
luck.
pull up the visual aids while you do that.
Thank you.
And then I'll tell you for each one who succeeded what you get.
I had 1 success so far. I've got 1 more roll.
I have 2 successes. I have a
It needs to be above 15.
15 or over.
15 or better.
Nope, sorry. All 3 failed.
Okay.
I had 2 successes.
As do
Is
I.
everybody done rolling? Okay. For each character who had a success, you feel a strange compulsion to inspect the base of the pool. And then a few of the rest of you are watching as your compatriots walk up and gaze into the pool. It seems deep. All of you can see that. And those of you who had those successes, a skull floats up and you are compelled to pick it up. It has a slight glow to it, a faint glow emanating from its eye sockets.
All 4 of us are picking up this skull?
Yeah. And you could, to the extent you can see, it looks like there's a mound of something, perhaps more skulls way down deep in the water.
What is this skull? Just a skull with growing eyes?
It is a human skull, clearly. completely washed clean by the ravages of time and being in a brackish pond underwater for a long, long time. And you get like a little sense of the ones you picked up of sort of anger, but not at you. Also, while you guys were rolling, I uploaded the visual aids. On opposite walls of this long chamber, you can see these murals.
Real quick clarification. A skull floated up for each
Of the
character that succeeded, or
that
one
made that
skull
luck
floated up and everybody is looking at one skull?
each.
Each
So
has a skull.
everybody,
Okay.
Each got a
everybody who
skull.
made that luck roll has a skull.
Add a glow skull to the inventory of each of those characters.
Correct.
Okay. 2 says there is some strange voodoo about these glow skulls.
So these images, as described by the scenario, one shows a hooded form standing atop a towering stone on the edge of a vast lake. 7 tentacles wave from the water. Then in another one, 2 armored figures holding a single flail, commanding legions of hunched beast-like warriors. Well, those beast-like warriors ring a bell. And the other, so one of these that I put up has one long one. The other one has 2 separate ones. The final one shows a low island set in the center of a black lake. A golden pyramid is set atop the island, and a figure armed with a flail is preparing to sacrifice a maiden.
Well, I mean, usually when there's a maiden, if Dan Aykroyd taught me anything, if there's a maiden set to be sacrificed, you should probably stop it.
You're talking the Dragnet movie, of course?
Yes, of course. People against goodness and normalcy.
Yes, I wish I could purge that file and use it for more useful information, and yet there it is. Otherwise,
dude,
this big
Dragnet's so great.
So it's a big, long, wide room. This very deep pond goes across the length of it almost, but you can walk around the entire room. And there's a large opening. You came in from the west. There's a large opening to the east of the room. Otherwise, apart from the murals, the main feature here is the deep pond with, again, what seems to be a heap of something down deep.
I do want to identify that it appears that it's the same flail in 2 of the murals.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, it is it does seem like it's the same flail in both of the murals.
Is it similar to the one that I am holding that Avery has?
Not really. No, I mean, you have a flail that you found up there. The one in the murals seems bigger and more intimidating somehow.
Oh.
But one of the murals looks like it just depicts the beastmen.
So the one with the dude on the tower and the maiden, that one?
No, the other one with the 2 kind of death metal guys in the middle.
Right. And they're right, and they are surrounded.
It looks like a Guar poster.
It really does.
And it does look like an army of beastmen. They aren't exact matches for the ones you saw, but on the general theme of humanoid transformed into animal figures, absolutely, yeah.
Greg, looking at the murals, also notes that, wonder if the guy at the lake and the guy at the altar is the same guys that's with the beastmen there.
Yeah, the general message you're going for there, it does seem to match up. It seems like the 2 guys there are the one guy on that tower and then the sacrifice dude.
Yeah. Greg, suddenly in full archaeology mode, describe to me again the 2 murals, the one with the man on the tower. Let's call that one Snaky Lake. Snaky Lake is right across from the altar. I think I'm asking around my central question, which is, does the placement of the murals denote a timeline, like a narrative, a story being told?
Not necessarily, no.
Okay.
I don't think you would say that necessarily. I mean, maybe they're sequential, or maybe it's just 2 different scenes from the same time period.
Gotcha. Okay.
You said at the bottom of this pool we could see a pile of these skulls, like a mound of these skulls?
Yeah, just very vaguely you see a mound, and that's what the skulls seem to float up from.
Could they be swum to?
They could be tried to be swum to.
And is there any other exit from this room other than we came down the stairs to it?
Right, and then opposite that is a big open pillared opening, no doors in it, just an open way out of the room.
Wow, I'm up for either going east or going swimming. What's the worst that could happen?
I mean, just so we're not walking around all dripping wet later, let's go east first. We can always come back and go swimming.
Sounds good to me.
So you walk through the eastern portal. So you round a corner there, and more steps go down. Wide stone steps run down to the dark sand beach of a vast underground sea. Far out across the water, you can make out a golden glow through the gloom. An enormous menhir, standing stone, stands at the water's edge, dark waves lapping at its intricately carved faces. Past the towering standing stone, a dragon-proud longship emerges from the darkness, its hull scrawled with forbidding sigils and runes that glow a sickly green in the dim light. The ship draws to a stop some 50 feet offshore. The beat of distant drums and far-off wails of terror mixes with the quiet lapping of the waves. And you could see, as you get closer, the beach is churned by hundreds of bestial feet, talons, and hooves.
Let's get in the boat.
No, can we? It's like 50 feet out. Can we examine the menhir?
Yes. Who wants to take a look at that?
Is that going to be like an intelligence roll or something?
Let's just have a person or two come forward for it. So it depends. So just glancing at the menhir, you see as you get closer, there are all these designs on it. You also see, you didn't see them from further away, a narrow series of steps winding up the surface of it.
Oh, come on, guys.
Oh, Alistair would like to climb the steps.
Okay.
I'd like to go up there too. Yeah, getting married tomorrow will go too. No. My last night on the job will go. He's
All
got
right.
more AC,
And
so he'll go.
Who are you sending up, Jenny?
Alistair, the mercenary.
All right. So the narrow steps wind up the surface of it. The two of you climbing up to the peak discover that the top of the stone has been fashioned into a platform. A shallow bowl has been cut into the center of the platform. The bowl is partially filled with hardened wax, and the stub of a red candle sits atop the mounds of wax.
You've got a torch, don't you?
I do.
Yeah, let's light it.
All right. I'm lighting the torch.
You're lighting the candle on the mysterious stone menhir.
Yeah.
Okay. After you light the candle, for a moment, it seems like a trick of the light almost. It seems like the boat starts to move again. And then the dragon-proud boat starts sailing again, coming close to shore. And in fact, it doesn't ground itself on the sand, but it gets close enough that a rough rope ladder is hanging over the beach.
Oh, what you light it for, Jenny?
So I could get on the boat.
Yeah, we run back down the steps, and I don't know. Is there anything else on this beach other than it's just all churned up with footprints and hoof prints and?
If you guys look at the beach, you find mixed in with the beastly steps, a trail of human footsteps. Looks like tracks led by people, maybe chained together, going toward from the entrance toward the shore.
Okay. Well, should we wade out to the boat?
Well, you don't even need to wade now. The ladder is hanging over the shore.
So, Bubba, feeling a profound sense of duty to guard the rest of this motley group of what are we? 14 people right now?
Yep.
Yeah, this small herd that we've gathered. Bubba decides to go up the rope ladder.
Okay, you climb aboard this boat. It's a long ship, so think like a Viking long ship, so not a hold down below or anything.
Gotcha.
So the ladder, you just kind of reach up. It swings you from the dragon head onto the completely empty boat. There is no sign of passengers or guards or even oars on it, strangely.
Bubba pokes his head above. Cam, help me. What is tunnel? What would just the sides that you would look over be?
The sides of the boat?
Cam.
The boat side bit.
Yeah, the boat side.
The boat.
Yeah.
The Vikings call that a drachnir.
There we go.
Yeah.
I just made that up.
You mean you would look over the port side.
Yep, exactly.
And then we'd all laugh at you because we're all standing on the starboard.
Yeah.
Right, precisely. Bubba just lets everyone else know that it appears to be safe and takes up a defensive posture. And while he's doing so, he also realizes that he's still holding onto the glowy skull and regards it for a moment. Does he still feel this sort of attachment that he did before?
Yeah, and in fact, when you inspect it again, it seems like it's glowing a little more, and you feel the anger a little stronger. And again, it's hard to say exactly why, but you don't feel like it's directed at you.
It's just sort of a directionless fury, or sorry, I need to figure out.
It's not pointing.
Okay.
The glow and the anger seem stronger here than when you first picked it up.
Interesting. Okay. I also need to figure out what Pubba's emotional intelligence score is. I don't see that on here.
Well, what are
I'll
you
figure
trying to
that out.
accomplish? Just that emotional intelligence.
What's this? You're trying to generate backstory here. Stop.
Not even. Just like, I just love the idea that Pubba just was like, huh, but where does the anger come from, though? I'm done. Thank you.
Angry skull, be a rainbow, not a pain bow. Okay. Everybody clambers aboard the boat, and after a pause, when you're all aboard, the boat wheels back, points the dragon prow forward, and then starts moving. You're not sure by what mechanism, probably enchantment, obviously, toward the glow and the drums and the screams at the others on this island in this
Hold on,
giant
screams?
underground sea.
You said drums. Nobody said there'd be screaming.
I said the beat of distant drums and far-off wails of terror mixes with the quiet lapping of the
Oh,
waves.
I didn't.
Part right out of the
I
book,
missed
my
that.
friend.
I didn't know there'd
That's
be
okay.
screaming. Okay. Well, I guess we're sailing the Starless Sea. So have we won?
No.
Yeah, no.
Oh,
Have a good night, guys. We did it.
Yeah.
We found the Starless Sea.
Okay. So you are making your way across. Anything you guys want to do or ask about on your way on this journey across the Starless Sea? Do you have a sea shanty you'd like to sing?
Who's steering the
Puma,
boat?
tell us about your childhood.
Yeah, nobody appears to be
Seen
steering the
other-
boat, and where you'd expect a rudder
Taught
to
me
be,
a
there
lot.
is not one.
How to be the partner in a relationship.
No backstory. Okay. As you sing merrily and Bubba gives his backstory, about
Bubba.
halfway from the beach to the island, I assume you guys aren't just like closing your eyes and cowering in the boat. You see first one, then another giant tentacle emerge from the black waters.
Just like in the mural. Okay. Are they attacking the ship?
They seem to be moving ever closer to the ship.
In a menacing
And you
fashion.
see the water stirring now that your attention is attracted that way. Like there seems to be more water bubbling. Like there's much more. This is just the tip of the iceberg of whatever has these tentacles.
So can Avery, brandish his less impressive flail at them, like in the mural?
Sure.
Maybe they won't hurt us.
Okay, well then we'll just see what's going on.
I mean, we're not.
No, we're gonna
controlling
get
the boat,
hurt,
right?
I mean,
I will not threaten them with my flail.
So yeah, clearly some sort of tentacle attack seems to be imminent.
Oh, okay. Go for your flail.
All right, I'm gonna brandish my flail
Okay.
As will I.
threateningly.
The flail bear brandishes. Okay. Anything else people want to try to do?
Ayo would like to hide.
On a boat?
Yep.
Oh, I don't know. What do I have? I've got an RPG book, and I have a couple of things of holy water and a holy symbol.
Wait, one of your characters has an RPG book?
Yeah.
That's
It doesn't say
amazing.
what it is. It just says one late RPG book.
Is it Sailors of the Starless Sea? Because then you could just flip to this page.
Hey,
Yeah.
oh,
Hey, folks, we
Listen.
got it. We win.
would suddenly gain my interest way 100% more if this got that metatextual.
Yeah.
I don't see a damn thing I've got that's huge tentacle fighting-y.
is there rope about on the boat?
Does anybody have rope as their gear?
Somebody did.
Brooks
Roxanne
speaks up
did,
and
but
says,
now he's
I
gone.
got this 10-foot chain.
I got a grappling hook. I got some oil.
So there's no rope sitting loose on the boat.
I got a chain.
Is there rope sitting loose on the boat?
Yeah, I mean we're on
roll
the
a
boat. Is
d20.
there
If you're really
Is the rope
lucky,
ladder?
there's some rope. It's a boat.
Just a
It does
straight-
not completely
straight
unreasonable.
D20?
Sure.
Oh, that's an action point. There was a rope ladder at one point. Was the
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
15.
Okay, yes. Yeah, so there is a coil of like sort of rotten rope on the boat, and there is the rope ladder that you came in on.
3 would try to tie himself to something securely so he could not get yanked off the boat by a tentacle.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
He would try to tie himself with a couple feet of movement available.
God, I have no idea. I have no idea what to do here. I'm just, my guys are just bracing for the inevitable here.
Okay.
Is there anywhere I could hide under?
There is, it seems like there's a pause, almost as though the tentacles are waiting for something. They've moved in toward the boat, but you see them waving expectantly.
I have an idea. Getting married tomorrow hurls his skull at the tentacle.
I love
Oh, fuck. That was a mistake. He went,
no.
he's looking something. Oh.
I also have an
no,
idea. Shoot up next.
Okay, while I look
just
up
wanna see how this happens.
Column's idea, what is your idea?
My idea is for Greg is again going to steal something from Heiho. In this case, it's the Chaos Tabard that he found in the false bottom chest. I'm gonna throw that on and stand the exact same way in the mural that the figure is standing in front of the giant tentacles. So arms down, just see if he gets any kind of reaction from them.
Okay, so the skull, as you throw it, seems disappointed. You feel the anger turn to the sense of a missed opportunity, and it bounces harmlessly off a tentacle. The tentacle doesn't even respond to it. So
Cool.
as you were
I've got
pulling,
another skull.
as you pull off or steal the tabard, the thing seems to start to move toward you. The tentacles move toward the boat more. You pull on the tabard, and again, they slow as though waiting for something.
Throw the tax collector.
I mean, not a terrible idea.
Just waiting for something.
What's it waiting?
And I just
I mean, Column, you just disappointed a skull. I mean, it's kind of all over from here.
Story of my life.
And the skulls are not giving us a greater reaction than they were before?
No,
or anything?
not to
No,
this. No.
Not to this. Okay.
Okay, so the
Let me look
tabard
back
is
at the mural.
closed.
Can you give me the description on the tentacle mural again? See if I forgot something.
Or
Would that be?
even if there's just key details that the handout doesn't have or something?
Yeah, the description was just hooded form standing atop a towering stone on the edge of a vast lake. 7 tentacles wave from the water.
Okay.
Are we seeing 7 tentacles here? How many tentacles are
Only
there?
2 so far.
Oh,
2 so far.
okay. But it was one and another, so it's okay, cool.
I feel like maybe we should have stayed behind and stood on the rock, but oh well.
No. This is right where we need to be.
Okay. Yeah,
okay. Does anybody in their character background have any kind of religious occupation or connection?
Yes. Last night on the job is a beetle.
Okay. You can make a skill roll with that, plus you could choose personality or intelligence.
I have a sage, which isn't really.
Oh, sure. Yeah, you could try to get sagey with it plus intelligence.
Plus intelligence.
These are not easy rolls.
Okay.
I'm gonna
That's
do
just
intelligence.
a straight
'cause
D20
everything
for
else-
me.
I have a holy symbol in my possession, but that's about it.
Yeah, I have a holy symbol too. Does that give me any benefit?
No.
Yeah, plus
I got an
1.
8.
Yeah. Fuck this game. Okay. What the hell's the point of having it? I got a 12.
Okay, conferring between the two of you from what you saw from the men here and the water and the mural, you think that this is something that is demanding some kind of propitiation, some kind of either ritual or sacrifice or something like that, and you're pretty sure it's going to start tearing the
Kill
ship
the tax
apart.
collector.
We kill the tax collector. No, we don't.
Hey, as long as I get some of this stuff, I'm okay with that, actually.
No, what kind of tax collector are you?
Well, not Heiho's not okay with it, but Bubba, Grunk, and Greg are kind of we won't stop you.
Fuck this guy.
Yeah, I don't know if we have a sacrifice hanging along.
Do we still have the censer and we have the
incense? Yes.
Incense.
Yeah, you guys never got rid of that.
Censer.
Yep.
And we have the censer.
Yeah.
Yeah, the sage goes, "Oh, great tentacle god, accept our censer offering."
Okay, and then you light it?
Yeah, and light some
Yeah.
goddamn incense. Why not?
Okay. So the tentacles, a couple more of them have come out of the water now, and they're descending on the ship. And you see with their power, they could just quickly rend it to toothpicks, basically. But as the smoke drifts over to the tentacle, they pause, back up, wait. They almost seem to nod or bow or something and sink back beneath the water.
Oh, hey, we were given passage.
Catholicism pays off again.
Thank you for the hint.
I didn't give much of a hint.
Oh, I just remembered Catholicism. I don't know.
The gear you
I know.
found 9 months ago, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was Leviathan number
Cool.
1. Now the other 3 Leviathans. Oh, no, wait. So,
Leviathan.
yes, a ripple goes through the water, and
Yes.
as it disappears below the surface, rocks the boat a little bit, but then you move your way along. And as you get closer and closer to the island, I will return to the text. The island draws closer, revealing the source of the golden glow, a towering ziggurat with burning light radiating from within the sliver-thin cracks between its massive stone blocks. A wide ramp circles the edifice, sloping to the top of the temple. Hordes of beastmen crowd the ramp, howling to the darkness, hammering on massive hide drums, and pushing a terrified string of prisoners to the ziggurat's glowing peak. High atop the temple, you can make out a fearsome silhouette of an enormous armored figure wreathed in infernal smoke lit from below. The boat pulls up to the shore of the island now. You're not that far from this ziggurat, but at least for now, the beast people and everything going, and the prisoners and all of them, their attention is clearly directed toward whoever's at the top of the ziggurat and whatever's down beneath him. So they don't observe you pulling up in the boat.
We gotta Conan this and cut the head off the snake. We gotta kill James Earl Jones here, guys.
Yeah.
Without getting crucified on the tree of woe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is there a way we can
Nice.
disguise ourselves and work our way up to the front? I mean,
You know what, Cam? I think I
What's
was
that?
just thinking we should have taken some of them hides back
Yeah.
in the shit.
yeah. Let's straight up, let's Conan this.
I have hide armor. One of my characters has hide armor.
Okay, we killed
can
the
we
tax
can we
collector.
can we can we lure a few beastmen our way? And I'm sorry, Rob.
Actually, I apologize. I missed something back in the pond room. I was so excited about the pond and the mosaic. You guys had looked around the chamber and found 4 nooks concealed in the corners of the hall. Each of them had a single hooded robe embroidered with bizarre sigils stitched in silver thread. You guys totally would have the opportunity to grab that, and I just skipped past it.
So we can send 4.
Who do we send?
And then can the others go and make a distraction? Is light a building on fire or something?
There's not really a building here to be had.
We could light the boat on fire.
Ooh.
Then how do we get back?
Who do we send? Do we send our strongest or our best? Or do we send our smartest? I mean, there's such a rich tapestry of choice here with
Except none of my guys are any good.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with last night on the job because he's got the highest AC.
Does everybody want to pick one to send, or how do we want to? I mean, is this what we want to do first of all?
I think it feels very natural. This feels like a natural, just very.
And do we want those staying behind to
try to effective distraction, like you're
try some sort of support or something? I'm sending 3. The dwarven miner. Would a dwarf in a robe really, really, really stand out, or are some of these beast people shorter?
They're different shapes and sizes.
Okay, I'm sending the dwarven miner.
These woke beastmen.
Arthur? Okay. Column, you said who you were sending, so everybody has their pick?
Last night on the job. Yeah, I'm sending the beetle.
Okay.
I think it's got to be Pubba.
So we're all,
is
4
it Greg,
characters
though?
are all robed, and we sneak quietly off the boat onto this platform.
Well, okay, but we need to. Is the ground team gonna do anything, or are they just hanging out? I don't know if I have a great idea. I don't like lighting the boat on fire because it seems like our only way out.
If they get on this island, the beastmen are going to see them. We're in disguise. You said that we weren't noticed on the boat. They weren't.
You're not noticed as the boat lands. Yeah. And there's a beach before you get to the ziggurat. So if you stay in the boat, so the ziggurat's on an island. The boat's on the shore now. Yeah, you could like duck down. They wouldn't see you in the boat. The only really hiding place is they could crouch down at the base of the ziggurat out of sight of the action up at the top. Otherwise, there's not a lot of like hiding spaces here.
If you were to give a rough estimate, let's say that Hey-Ho is
Mhm.
trying to count their numbers. He's good with numbers. About how many beastmen would you say there would be? Just ballpark.
You say ballpark maybe 24.
And these beastmen are in a fight about equal to like 2 men, I would say. Is that fair? Or pretty
Ish.
equal?
Yeah. They are all occupied either in drumming or now that you're closer, bringing sacrificial victims toward the top, or some of them have like casks of money and they're just like dumping it over the side. And like every time something or someone gets thrown in, there's like a burst of foul smoke that comes up past whoever is running this ritual up top there.
I mean, we could probably take honestly 8 of us if 4 of us posed as sacrifices, right?
That's
Could
not a
each of us
terrible
in a row
idea.
take a sacrifice up there?
Smart move.
I love
yeah.
that.
Okay. Why don't we employ the rope too?
Rob, given
Yeah.
the scene we're seeing in front of us, does that seem probable? Is it like a 1-to-1 or?
Sometimes like in one case, there's one big beast man leading 3 chained prisoners, and another there's 2 dragging one up. There's different ratios.
Well then, crap. We can just take everybody. We can have one character in a row bleeding the rest of the characters.
Drunk speaks
Yeah, let's
up.
pretend we're
in a dark
marching them
corner
through.
off the side and says, "I got about 10 feet of chain on my person at the moment."
Yeah, let's loosely tie the remainders up with the rope ladder, bits of the rope ladder, and the chain.
I
Okay,
like this.
let's
that is
make
quite
a
doable.
And then-
I like
halfway
this.
convincing. Good plan, Cam.
That's
The plan is
excellent.
the plan is when we get up there, we're gonna kill James Earl Jones.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do we want a go word and an abort word, or
Kill the tax collector.
Also, Hey-Ho is handing off his longsword to Papa, who has dressed up as a caravan, as the in the robe.
Okay.
so Whippoorwill will be in when we're in position and ready to go, and Mulberry will be abort.
Okay.
Okay. Whippoorwill and Mulberry.
Whippoorwill and Mulberry, yeah, why not?
Avery is handing his flail to Arthur, and Arthur is handing back his hand.
Hey-Ho speaks up and says, "What exactly is the plan if we abort? We run back to the boat?
Run like hell. I mean, yeah. I would say we split up and eventually try to work our way back to the boat. Because there's no other, abort could be so many different situations. It's hard to have a plan for.
Okay, yeah.
You know what I mean?
You gave me a rally point. That's all I need." Hey-Ho says, just putting bonds on his hands happily. I mean, this is the most exciting day of his life. Never.
True.
His wife will never believe this story.
All right. So you get to the ramp leading up the ziggurat. The first beastmen you encounter are some of the drummers at the base of things in great excitement. As the first of you in the acolyte gear get to them, at first they the one looks at you aggressively. It seems like it might attack, but then registers what you're wearing and actually shrinks back away from you. And
Yeah, I
clears a path.
Clearly point at my goatskin leggings.
Mm-hmm. So on your way up, how about each of the leaders give me a roll plus personality, just to see how convincing this whole ruse
Each
is.
of our costumed ones.
Yeah, just the
Okay.
disguised ones.
Just the costumes. Shit. Mine. I roll a 12.
Okay.
16. Unfortunately, the personality is a 12.
12. Jeez.
Okay. No, you guys mainly needed not a botch. So, Johnny, you tell me which character is which one is yours?
Arthur, he has 12 personality.
Okay. But you rolled a 14.
No, I rolled a 16.
Oh. Okay. This must be an old roll I'm looking. Oh yeah, sorry, I was scrolled up there. Okay. Oh, no, these are better rolls. Sorry. I thought somebody had rolled a 4. What was the lowest roll?
2.
I rolled a 12. 2.
I rolled a 12.
Okay, which character had the 2?
That would be Pubba.
So, Pubba, you come around, you turn a corner in a ramp and come face to face with one of the beastmen coming down the ramp. And before you can wait for your authority to assert itself, you have a moment of panic and start to shy away, drawing its suspicion. And it starts sniffing at you and inspecting you more closely.
Do I see this?
Yeah, it's like face to face, it's foul breath right up close to you.
I'm gonna look at him and I'm just gonna say, "Know your place, vermin."
I was going to say that Arthur steps a little closer to try to intervene if anything goes bad.
I mean, Pubba's
Okay.
gonna headbutt this guy to just assert dominance, but you guys can words. That's cool.
Okay, yeah, I like
all these
all
things can happen at once.
Yeah.
Totally. Okay, so that's going to be a
Damn.
second chance at a personality roll to scare this guy off. And I guess we'll call it Jenny assisting here, so we'll give you a +1 for that. No. Roll a d24 for that.
Okay,
That's how the game
so-
works. Sometimes you get bonuses by boosting your die. On Cam's roll, he gets a
Frank's
d24 because of your assistance,
Cam.
Jenny.
So
Okay,
I'm
but I
rolling-
don't. But I don't roll. Can't
You're
roll.
assisting,
No.
kind of giving him this better die,
Okay.
yeah.
So I'm rolling 1d24, and you said personality
Yeah.
+1. Pray for me, guys.
Kind of praying for you all.
16.
Okay, that'll do the trick. So with the two of you and another acolyte apparently moving in for a headbutt, the thing backs down, makes way, and starts heading down the ramp instead.
Good.
So your disguise holds up. So you make your way past more and more of the foul beastmen. On your way, another of your village folk has been hurled over the side, screaming. As you're getting to the top of the tunnel, ziggurat, you discover a horrifying scene. The peak of the temple is dominated by a vast smoking pit that glows with a hellish light. A mighty beastman hoists an effigy of a fearsome armored figure high into the swirling clouds as prisoners are hurled screaming one after another into the pit. A trio of snarling beastmen upends woven baskets, pouring thousands of coins in after your fellow villagers, producing gouts of hissing smoke and flame. All about you is a thundering cacophony of drums and bestial howls as the bizarre ritual nears its climax.
Man, I sure wish I had my pet goose to throw.
You could
Okay.
have thrown that to the
Did I hear
tentacle
that right? That
creature,
we were able to get up pretty close.
You're basically at the top level now, yeah.
Where's James Earl Jones?
The Beastman Shaman, you can call him, and a couple of others are standing next to him. It looks like they're the three involved in the ritual.
Okay. They are closer, and then there's just one staircase leading up to the top, and that's where everybody's coming from, right?
The ramp that you've come up and down. That's where
and
everybody's coming
that's
up
the
and down.
only practical.
Yeah, it's
method of
basically
approach
there
that's-
or down into the fire pit. Yeah.
I might call an audible here, but yeah, we've got
Jenkins.
Leroy Jenkins. No, I'm thinking the opposite. I'm thinking, I guess it won't be. So yeah, I guess if we're all in position, I'm going to. Yeah, what the hell? 3 is going to shout, "Whippoorwill, you guys get them, and we will hold the ramp." And yeah, so then my 3 guys or 4 guys are going to turn around and try to hold the ramp.
Nice.
Okay, so you all get a surprise round here before we roll for initiative. So this is where the game can slow down a bit because there are so many of you. So we've got that crew holding the ramp. Column, how are you divvying up your dudes? Or do you want to decide who's amongst you who's doing what?
All my gang are bum rushing the show, as they say. We're all in.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm trying to figure. We're all gonna go for the big dude. Seems the obvious one.
Okay.
Try
So
to
you
just
guys
get
are
him in
going
one
okay,
for
surprise
we'll call him
round.
the shaman.
Yeah.
Jenny?
I'm going to join Column's crew with taking down the shaman.
Okay. I think 6 of you, probably a couple of you would have to attack the acolytes instead. I don't think all 6 of you could pile in around the one guy.
All right. Well, then I'll take the acolytes.
Okay. And Brent?
Yeah.
We got room for 2 more on the shaman.
Room for 2 more on the shaman, you say?
Oh, no. At most 4 characters on the shaman, I think.
Okay.
Okay.
Because you can't really surround them, because if you completely surround them, you're actually falling into the pit.
Gotcha. Okay, so I could maybe donate one of my men to Palm's agenda here, but then I need to find another thing to do. Am I reading that right?
With your other guys, yeah.
help me with the acolytes.
Okay, yeah, that sounds good. So, here's how it's going to go.
Listen up, 5s. A 10 is talking.
Sorry. I think that Greg, Aho, and Grunk are going to go help with the acolytes. Bubba is going to take on the shaman since he's got the best weapon of the four of them.
Okay, let's start with Bubba. Oh, sorry, Pubba. So you're rolling an attack on the big guy.
Actually, before I roll an attack, my glowy skull friend, how does he feel about all this?
They're worked up, but it doesn't seem like this is the target. You feel Column like the same as it felt around the tentacle guy. But they do seem pretty agitated. Skullsies do.
Okay, so not yet, but soon. I roll. Holy shit! Okay, so Pubba attacks with his longsword, pulling it out from beneath his disguise, and takes a quick swipe at the shaman. He rolls a 19 plus 1 with a. He's got a 15 strength, so that'd be a plus 1, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And it will say where you're on your weapons. It says whatever, short sword plus or whatever.
He's got the longsword since Heiho switched that out with him. But so that is going to be, so that's a 20. Does that hit?
Yep, that's a hit.
Okay,
yes.
thank you.
It's not a natural 20, so it's not a critical, but it is a hit.
6 damage.
Ooh, very nice. Okay, wow, that was a good slash into this guy right away. He staggers, surprised, near the edge of the fire pit. Who else is attacking the shaman?
I am.
Last
night on the job before retiring. And he is attacking with his mace. And that is what? Is that it's a strength, D20 strength?
Yeah, so, and on your character sheet, it should say mace or whatever weapon plus.
I'm using the mace, 1d6 plus 1.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, strength. It is a strength thing.
I have a plus 1 on strength. Hopefully. Son of a bitch. That is 10.
10 is a miss. I'm sorry.
God damn it.
Surprise.
Okay.
Yeah. You just slipped in all the blood on this platform.
Okay. No need to be gruesome, Robert.
Let's see. Jenny, you were attacking you were going after acolytes.
Correct.
Let's have one of your characters attack now.
Okay, so Arthur's got the flail.
Mm-hmm.
So that is a 1d6. And what am I rolling exactly here? I'm sorry.
D20 plus your strength bonus.
8. That sucks.
That will be a miss as well. Why don't you keep going with your next character since you whiffed on the first acolyte?
Okay. Yeah, thanks for reminding me of that. Okay. So, all right. Avery is next. And I'm sucking.
All right, let's give you a break and see if your luck can rebuild. Cam, guarding the...
I've got one more guy, but yeah, let's give you a break.
Cam, are you using this surprise round to attack some of the beastmen, or are you kind of like standing in a defensive position?
They're just quickly glancing about me, hoping not to make a roll yet. Is there anything sitting about that I could use a turn to create fortifications? How wide is the ramp?
Fairly wide, because you've been able to lead a bunch of people along. There are, after they dump a chest of money in, there's been barrels and chests of goods. You could try to pile those up as a little barricade.
There are barrels?
Barrels and crate and barrel. You're basically at a crate and barrel store.
Could all 4 of my characters grab barrels and roll them down?
Well, they're emptied out now. It's like stuff they've dumped stuff into the pit and just tossed them. That's what's laying around.
It would not trigger an avalanche.
No.
Okay.
Just roll those barrels down like donkeys.
You could get in them and then roll down.
So essentially what I think I would do is, I would have each of my characters try to grab that shit and just narrow up or try to do it so that they can't get flanked on all sides, maybe.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, I know I don't have a lot of time in one round, but just try to shrink the playing field here.
Okay, yeah, with 4 of you doing that, that's doable. Yeah, I think that makes sense. Okay, Brent, what is your next guy going to do?
My next group is also helping out with the acolytes. Let's just lightning round this real quick. So,
sure.
Brunk is actually going to spend his turn trying to see if he can find a melee weapon somewhere near here. And the reason why I ask is that I noticed that he has the lucky sign for the bull. What does a lucky sign mean?
What is your luck bonus?
My luck bonus is +1.
Okay, yeah. So you could get a +1 with a melee weapon instead of your sling. You could also just trade with one of your friends.
So he's also got a 16 strength.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you definitely want a melee weapon.
Yeah, it's weird. And I started with the sling. So I'm going to try to search the area to see if I can find like some sort of club or something.
Alistair's got a hammer.
I also have a 10-foot chain. I was legitimately wondering if I could like wrap the chain up.
Ah, that's fun. Yeah.
You could use the chain like a flail and just have a short length of chain in your hand, and it would still be, melee range.
Are you cool with
Sure.
that, Rob? Because I love that image.
Yeah, totally. It'll be an improvised weapon, but yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So Grunk is going to take out his 10-foot chain, wrap it around a few times, so that he has sort of a shorter length there, and he's going to use it as essentially a combination cat o' nine tails rot, and just see how many motherfuckers he can just really murder.
Well, you're level 0, so, hope for the best.
Yeah, exactly. If this guy makes it, he's going to be a fighter or barbarian.
Okay.
Ooh, that's going to be a 16 plus my strength mod, right?
That is a hit, yeah.
That's going to be an
with
18
or without the strength mod.
mod.
Okay, so let's see. Chain, we'll call it an improvised weapon. How about D6?
D6? I love it. D6 plus my strength mod?
Mm-hmm.
That's a 1 plus 2 is 3 damage.
Okay, yeah, you thwap an acolyte good. He seems shocked and appalled at the temerity. Okay, and yeah, let's lightning round through your other couple, and then we'll get back to Colin and Jenny's remainders.
Sounds great. Hey-ho makes an attack. That's a 19 plus 1 is 24. Jesus. 4 plus 1 is 5 damage from Hey-ho as he uses Pubba's short sword that he traded out earlier. Greg, standing a little bit in the back, although he's not good with it, he picks up a pebble, puts it in his sling, and somehow makes a natural 20.
Jesus. Okay.
Got to roll on the
critical table.
on
Yeah.
the crit table.
Oh my God! There's a crit table.
Yeah, just go ahead and roll.
What do I roll? A
crit table.
Everything's a D20.
Nope, actually,
No,
roll as a level 0.
It is a 6. D6.
D6, and then I consult the table. Yes.
Rolled a 5 on the table.
Okay. Stand
Oh,
by.
very nice. I've got it here.
Oh, you've got it. Nice.
Solid
Fumble.
strike to torso. Inflict plus 1d6 damage with this strike.
Ooh, nice.
Roll a 1d6.
I'm a sling.
This is going to be a D4 plus a D6 minus 1, I think. No. 1D4 plus 1D6. The potential for 10. Not bad. 8 damage.
Okay,
Nice.
so between those attacks, you have sent both of the acolytes over the edge, dead on the way down.
Damn.
So they go flying off into the flames.
All right, I had a productive turn. Goodbye, everyone.
That was very productive. Column, what do you have left?
I've still got 2 guys, and I think
Okay.
we played wrong because in the funnel we go in initiative order, and all of our characters.
Yeah, I'm just making this up.
All of our characters go. Yeah,
This is a
it's fine.
surprise round anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, true. We're still in surprise.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I guess my
That's what
alchemist
I call it.
is
We're
going to
still
go.
in surprise.
Are all my guys focusing on the main
Yes.
dude? Okay, well, we'll go for him then too. Don't have much to go on. I got a -1 strength on this guy. So that is an 11.
Nope.
Nope.
That is a miss.
And then I will go with my dock worker, who
All right.
will hit out with his
Docky.
pole. Great. Jesus, these are
I
bad.
know you had a
And
dock
that is-
worker. He'll help me kill the tax collector for sure.
Yeah, and that's a 6. So move
Okay.
along. Nothing to see here.
And Jenny, who do you have left?
Alistair, who's got the worst set of stats I've ever seen in my life, but we're going to try it anyway.
Okay, so the acolytes are both gone. We'll say Column's pathetic reeling around has opened up a shot for you.
Okay.
I prefer creative rather than pathetic.
Well, 16.
16 is a hit.
Hey,
All right. And then he's got a long sword, which he apparently can't use. So it's a one. Hang on, a roll 1d8 minus 2. Why is he so useless? He's a mercenary.
1. But good news is he literally only had 1 left. So the shaman is hit.
You know what happens with the longsword, right?
What?
No.
What happens in Conan?
Oh, I've forgotten that
don't
part.
remember.
I only remember the Tree of Woe and the.
No, you keep your longsword.
No, and his head rolls down the steps. James Earl Jones's head rolling down the steps.
Yes.
Ah, yeah.
Yes,
No, you
it
don't cut
rolls
his
to
head
the
off.
steps.
You just cut a last tendon here. With that, you just
Oh, that's no
barely
fun.
managed to finish him off. But he falls in, clutching the effigy tightly in his hand as he falls down into the flames.
Oh, well, job done. Nothing to see
Yep.
here.
Okay. Well, good job, everybody.
We've got a whole ramp here.
Okay, so surprise round is over. Now, your disguise, needless to say, is no longer effective. Having seen you attack
Cover has
their
blown.
leaders, the beastmen are howling and shrieking and now charging up the ramp. Those of you at the top of the thing, of the ziggurat, looking down into the fire pit, see the magma crusts up down in that flaming pit where you saw the effigy go down, and then a moment later the rock crust shatters, revealing the fully armored body of a familiar figure from one of the images, a hellish horned humanoid with a single cyclopean eye that blazes with infernal light. He emerges from his unholy forge and leaps up to where you are at the top of the ziggurat, waving his spiked flail in the air, leaping up to the top of the platform. Anybody with skulls, they are now glowing very bright, and you feel like, even if you're not looking at them, you feel them burning now. And now we roll for initiative.
All right.
With the funnel adventure, each player rolls for initiative plus your best character's agility modifier.
That'll be a 0. Fuck.
Damn
That
me.
is a 9.
Johnny Utah rolled a 6.
6 for me, too. What is.
I got a 5.
Wow. I did the best.
Yeah.
So I'm going to roll separately for the Chaos Lord, for such he is,
Oh boy.
and then for the front rank of Beastmen charging at you.
How is it
now.
he got free? They just happened to be at the exact right number of sacrifices right there that it was time to throw in the effigy.
Yes,
Yes.
it was.
That feels like the most cinematic and interesting thing to happen.
Yeah,
Okay. So he's got a 19, so I think he's going to go first.
which is the other Conan movie
Right, yeah.
with the horn.
And the Beastmen
Oh my
pick up.
god.
Okay. Well, you had a shot at going before these guys. Okay.
You haven't lost anyone yet. Amazingly.
I feel like yet is a key word here. Everybody except Cam's character were kind of at the top here fighting the acolytes and shaman. Do I have that right?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm going to roll a d10 to see who takes a shot from this guy. Jenny, your middle character, however you want to define that, is our target.
Our middle character, damn it, there goes Avery.
Okay. He smashes down with his mighty flail
Oh boy.
Miss.
for a
He did not
19.
miss.
Nope.
Oh, that's a plus
That is
6
going to
on
be a
that one,
hit.
eh? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Good stuff. Good stuff.
For 5 points of damage.
Perfect.
Yeah, Avery is toast, man.
Oh. Okay, but on the upside, he only gets one attack.
Oh, Christ.
Well, all right.
You know, Cthulhu eats 1d4 investigators
the
each
blacksmith.
turn.
Avery sure fooled him.
Oh boy.
Fortunately, Avery had handed his flail over, so he
Ah,
doesn't
Yay.
lose his mighty flail.
Okay, Cam, your dudes are at their barricades here.
Mhm.
So the good news is the ramp is only so wide, you're able to narrow them down, so they're not going to be able to bring their strength of numbers against all of
oh,
you.
that's great.
But the first few are trying to leap over the barrels and attack you, but first couple, as they try to break through your little barricade, are going to be at a disadvantage here. So each of your characters is going to take one attack here. Who we got? What's the armor class? Whoever we're shooting for first.
10.
10. But these guys, as they try to smash through your barricade, are rolling a 1d16 for the disadvantage you've created for them. A 14. And they do for damage 1d4 plus 2. Ouch, with their claws and whatnot.
Yeah, 1d4 plus 2 is an auto kill.
Just generally speaking, I'm so fascinated by hearing a 16-sided dice, a 24-sided dice in certain circumstances.
Yeah.
That just like
They
shorthand.
actually sell such things.
Really?
Sorry, Beastmen are 1d6 damage. So
Okay.
Straight 1d6? Okay, well then there's a chance.
3.
1 is toast. First
Okay.
casualty of the night, guys.
Oh, second.
Attack
Fucking
2.
Avery.
Oh no, a 16.
16 to hit on 2. Yep, that 16 hits.
Whoa! For 5 damage.
How many
Damn.
points of damage for 5 damage?
5.
Yeah.
2 is dead.
Oh!
Oh no.
Okay.
I thought that 16 was going to be a big help.
3 has 1 hit point. 3 is dead.
Oh my god. Okay. Sorry.
4 has an AC of 11.
Okay.
Oh, man.
Oh no, I'm sorry. There were just 3 getting over this now. So you're 4. Sorry, I
thought
chewed
you
up
said
3
4.
attacks there. Yeah.
Okay.
I was getting too excited there.
So 4 does survive this horrible carnage of beastmen. Okay. That is all their attacks for now, though, on the upside.
Or if he can do it as a free action, we'll pick up 2's glow skull, and now he has both the glow skulls.
Okay. Looks like Column is next on our chart of doom.
Okay. Super. Good. Okay. I guess I'm going for Boss Man here. Chaos Lord, whatever the hell he is. So, what are these skulls doing?
They're glowing and they're angry. Clearly, unless your character is a total idiot, your character figures out this skull wants to be thrown at this guy.
We're playing a Dungeon Crawl Classic. Oh, my character is an idiot.
True.
Okay.
But he's getting big help from the skull here. So this is going to be an agility
hold on.
roll.
Do I throw it at... Oh, okay. Do I
and
throw
the
it
target-
at him? Or I'll throw it at him. Fuck it. I will. I will throw
This
the
is
skull.
a DC 10 to hit him with the skull. And it's plus agility.
He's a big target, DC 10.
Yeah.
Lights don't fail me now. Fuck! That is a 5.
Okay. The skull goes whipping angrily past him. Bursts into flame in the pit below.
Disappointed skull too. Okay. Last night on the job before retirement, swings in with his mace. And he has a +1 strength. Oh, where are we? Where are you? Oh, are you kidding me? That is a 4.
Oh, my God.
It's going to be a miss.
We were doing so well, you
He's got to
guys.
get a hot hand here.
Getting married tomorrow is going to go with his sling, and he has a strength of -1.
Easy early. We're just
Wait, isn't it
paying the
agility?
price.
Oh, it's agility for the sling?
Yeah.
Okay, well, then I have
Okay.
no modifier.
If that's better
and
than
then-
-1.
It's 12. I have a 12 for that.
That's going to hit it.
Oh, wow. Great.
Oh.
Let me find my 1d4 to roll.
I mean, he's a great big hunk and Chaos Lord. He's the broadside of a barn, you know?
Yeah. I mean, your first blows weren't missing.
4.
They're just planking up.
4 damage.
4
4
points.
damage.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's all your dudes. Yes, Column? Okay, Cam. I'm sorry. You're one survivor.
Okay.
The good news is your barricade is still largely in place, like slowing down their attacks.
Okay. So, and I've got at least 3 around me right now.
Well, they were caught up in attacking your
But
now
I have
deceased friends.
three in melee range. I
Oh,
guess.
yeah,
but
yeah.
Okay.
But if you wanted to run up with the others, they would not have a shot at you as they're finishing off
Okay.
your buddies.
Which one was 4 again?
You know what? I think, and I was able to see what was going on up top, right?
Oh yeah, you're not that far
okay.
from them, and you've got both these skulls are hot and bothered.
I mean, it's pretty obvious that killing the big dude is what needs to happen right now. So can I move and throw a skull?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. You're not at a
Yeah.
super huge range. Just a quick run up the ramp and
that's
quick skull lob.
that's agility.
Yep. Plus agility, aiming for a 10, which is a little easier to hit than
Yep.
trying to hack through its armor or sling through its armor.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm throwing.
16 to
Okay.
hit.
Hell
So the
yeah!
skull contacts and bursts into a gout of flame, doing 1d6 plus 1 damage.
Doing, no doubt, 2 damage. 3.
3? All right. That is Cam. Jenny, your dudes.
Okay, Arthur is furious that his brother was killed, and he's going
Fair.
after the Chaos Lord with his flail.
Okay.
So-
So roll plus strength. That'll be a miss.
Ooh.
Whoa.
3. Whoa.
Wow! Okay, well, Alistair, who is significantly useless.
Just blinded by rage. And this guy's big enough that you guys can like reach in over each other, and like he's tall. So you've all got decent shots at him, and he's like striding in from the edge here.
Okay, well, Alistair's a useless piece of work, but we're going to go ahead and try anyway here.
The feared mercenary.
Yeah.
Ha!
Well, okay,
Oh,
finally.
so
you rolled
17,
that,
even with the
though.
-2.
Okay.
Okay,
Damn.
what is his damage? D8 -2?
Exactly. 1d8 -2.
Wait, he's a mercenary. What's his strength score again?
There is
that's that's a fumble. Oh, that's not a fumble.
no, that's the damage roll. There is a one point minimum though. You
Okay,
can't.
yeah,
well, you don't
you-
heal him 1 point with
you
that.
always do at least.
So,
Yeah.
but it is a mere graze. But
Hey, it's point to
it's a point, and it's a point in fencing. Yeah.
Yes.
And that
He's
leaves
one
Brent.
step closer to death.
Brent's been the hot hand tonight.
Yeah,
Yeah, you gotta keep it up, man.
So I'm so excited for this turn because as an actor, it gives me it's a great moment to
An actor.
an actor. It gives me a great moment to show a little bit of dichotomy. Pubba feels the heat of anger from the skull at that he's sort of had at his waist and says, and tosses it at the Chaos Lord. Is this an agility roll? Toss.
Agility. You're aiming for a 10 with the skull toss. Yes.
Hot damn, Pubba's actually pretty
Old-fashioned
decent.
skull toss.
He's dumb as shit, but he got a 10. 9 plus 1 is 10.
That's D6 plus
All
1.
right.
Good enough.
It's going to be a 3 plus
Best
1
you
is
can hope
4.
for.
All right. Picking away
DCC,
at
the
this
best you
guy.
can hope for is good enough.
Yep.
9 damage we've done to him so far.
I've got 12.
Oh, 12. Okay, cool.
Couple skulls, a sling, a tickle with
And
a
tiny
sword.
graze. The tiny graze is what
Three
puts him over
misses.
the edge.
All right, what do you got left,
Yeah,
Brent?
so here's the dichotomy. Hey ho. The skull that he just sort of shoved in his rucksack of things I've taken from people. He feels that heat and he holds it up. He says, hot skull! And tosses it in the direction of the Chaos Lord. Oh my god, I'm rolling so hot tonight. That's a 16 minus 1 for a 15 result.
Wow, D6 plus 1.
That's a 4 plus 1 to 5 damage.
Nice.
17. Yeah, this thing is reeling now and shrieking angrily, but not down yet. I'm sad to say.
Okay.
No, you're not.
I'm going to kick it in the pit.
You were
I'm
not at all sad
too
to say that.
soft-hearted to be
Oh,
a
it's in the
DCC
pit, never mind.
GI.
Right.
I actually am pulling for you.
Right? It's so natural because it's good super heroics. Okay, so I've got Grunk and Greg left. There's Acolyte still on the ramp?
No, your hot hand last time finished off both the actions.
Fuck, really? Okay.
Oh, dude, just wail on this guy.
Yeah, on the Chaos Lord?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. So Grunk lets out a bestial and runs up to the Chaos Lord with his chain and rolls a natural fucking 20. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding.
Nice.
Do you have one of those dice that's like the 11 through 20 only?
No,
Is that what's going on here?
Yeah, okay, so I know that
I need to get one of those.
I believe.
Am can attest to this. This is my
Oh,
Gygax dice. This is the same dice
Okay.
that hands them so many nice wins on Friday nights.
Okay, so you roll a D6.
Okay, so on the crit table, I roll a 5.
Very good. Solid strike.
So it's your
to torso.
damage plus a D6 on yet another solid strike to torso.
Yeah.
And we said the Emperor in the chain was an improvised weapon, so it's a D6.
Yep, so you're rolling 2D6.
Rolling 2D6 plus
a strength
2.
modifier, Penny.
I'm essentially I essentially did a sneak attack. I feel like right upon the torso. That's going to be. Oh my god! 5 plus 6 for 11 plus 2 for 13 damage.
Oh, come on.
Okay.
Please.
So, upon taking 20 hit points of damage, which you just
Fucking
flew
god!
past, the body of the Chaos Lord dissolves back into magma. The Chaos Lord's spirit, unable to sustain its hold on its physical form. Its flail and its demon armor fall to the ground. the sole remnants of their fallen master.
I want the flail.
Oh, lady,
I'm sorry, go on.
lady, gentlemen, if you'll
The
excuse
flail
me
and
for the
armor are
evening.
there. The creature is gone. The beastmen now, they were getting ready to, like, they have just finished throwing away the barrels and crates, but with the death of the beast lord now, the ground shakes some. They shriek and start like running off, or in some cases jumping off of the ziggurat. Smoke and flame is bursting up down from the pit down there.
Or is frantically running back towards the ramp and cutting as many captive spawns as he can with his dagger.
Okay. What is everybody doing?
Getting out of here.
Yeah, get the fuck out.
Same.
But I am trying to pull captives out with me.
Grab the Chaos Lord's flail and armor at all, anyone?
I will grab the flail, and we can fight it out later.
Okay, I'll grab the armor, I guess, and let's get going.
Okay, so when the two of you grab the flail and armor, the magma surges back to life with unholy fury, forming a pillar of flaming brilliance. The magma lashes out at any PC within a few feet. Attack +2 melee. So who was grabbing the stuff?
Me.
She was.
And you, I heard you.
And the tax collector.
That would have been useless, Alistair.
Okay.
Useless
Alistair, so what is your armor class?
Decent. He's 11.
Okay, so 1d20 +2, it says.
Is that what I got to roll? You.
Oof,
No.
19. No, that's what I was rolling against. So that's a hit.
Mhm.
1d4 +3 damage.
Yeah, we're dead.
Oh, 5. Alistair's engulfed in flames. Column.
Alistair died screaming.
Yes.
It's okay because nobody really missed him.
Who was picking up the armor column?
Getting married tomorrow. My alchemist.
Does a 14 hit your armor class?
14 does. I have an armor class of 10.
For 6 damage.
I have 8 if I still have my +6 temporary.
Oh yeah, it hasn't been an hour.
Oh jeez.
It hasn't? Okay, then I'm
Does that
good.
mean
I'm down to 2
he's gonna
hit
die
points.
in an hour?
Yeah, probably. You grab the armor, but after those attacks, even the Chaos Lord's hatred cannot sustain this form for long, regardless of whether you dealt damage or not. The pillar collapses back into formlessness on the ground.
Okay. So you still have the flail, Jenny?
I died.
Yeah, but one of your other characters can grab it, right? Or are you just gonna
Well,
leave it? Surely it's not gonna flare up again.
No, I think that's what Rob just.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right. Arthur
Okay.
will go down and retrieve the flail. And
Yep, he's
as he
got it.
passes, as he passes Hey-Ho, he says, "Aren't you glad you didn't try to fight me for the flail?"
You know, I was going to sidebar Rob about that. How much adventure do we got left yet? Because Hey-Ho has kind of been the one I've been trying to kill. I'm not doing great at it.
There's not much left here.
Okay.
You guys are charging past. So your goal was to go for the boat.
Yeah, let's get
Yes.
out of
Is that
here.
what I heard?
Yeah. With as many folks as we can.
Okay. Everybody give me an agility roll, please. And bad rolls will face some kind of bad consequence.
Oh.
Possibly a hit from a beast man.
Oh, really?
Per character?
You promise?
Each character takes make an agility roll,
agility?
please. Yeah.
Okay.
I think only Brent has a lot to roll.
There we go. Finally, a good roll.
Okay. You're fine.
3. Oh no.
19.
Okay. So our sole survivors make it through. No problem.
Oh wow. All of my agility rolls failed.
Okay.
All right.
And Brent?
Yeah, Rob, it might be easier if you told me the target number. I got an 11 for Hey-Ho, which I'm crossing my fingers about. Like everyone else got
Okay.
like a 16, 17, 18 or so.
Yep. No, only Columns guys rolled badly enough.
fuck, really?
So
Yeah,
Column.
I got a 7 and 2 3s.
Okay. So each of yours in order is taking one slashing attack from a confused chaos creature. So I'm just gonna roll them one at a time. Oh fuck. 16. A 1. That'll be a miss. A 10. So a 16, I assume, is gonna hit your first guy.
Yeah. That's
Win
gonna
whatever
hit
order.
getting
The
married
1 is a
tomorrow.
miss on somebody, and then the remaining, what's the armor class on your third guy?
The third guy is a 9. So that
Okay, so that's a hit. Okay, but this is just kind of blind attacks. So that first one, taking 4.
Oh, getting married tomorrow is dead.
Oh no!
Oh, and another 4.
Such pathos!
Oh, and that shows everyone a photo of his mom. Is
Okay,
dead.
so who
Down
didn't
to-
take the hit?
Last night on the job before retirement. Still has his
Okay.
14 AC and his 3 hit points.
Oh my god.
Nice.
Anything worth taking? No. Oh, 12 joules, 150. I'll take that.
Grab him quick. Okay.
Oh, yeah, fuck him. I'll leave him. Never mind. Let's just keep running.
Oh, no, you can grab him. You
Okay.
have so few advantages in this. Okay, you guys dash to the boat, and as you are getting to the dragon ship, not just the island and ziggurat behind you start collapsing, but also the like ceiling of the cavern over it itself
Oh,
crashes in on the island and the water.
Damn.
A roaring wave engulfs the remains of the ziggurat. Those aboard the ship are swept out into the sea. All others not on the ship perish amid the dark waters. So you see the beastmen like swamped by the water. Oh, did somebody said you were leading the few surviving sacrificial victims with you?
As many as we could unbind and take with us, yes.
Yeah, you got them. Okay. The towering wave propels you with terrifying speed toward the distant carven wall. Ahead, through a sea of towering whitecaps and the debris of falling boulders, you spy the mouth of a narrow cave. The dragon-proud ship rides down the crest of the giant wave and shoots into the rocky maw, the howling surf crashing all around you. And so you make your way down an underground river, and eventually it comes out at the base of a ravine far from your villages, from which you can eventually make your way back to the ground and home.
Holy crap!
Well, we got through it, guys.
I still have one guy.
I
Me
have
too.
one too.
And Brent came through with 4.
Yep, I do not understand how.
So, I think as we are working our way back to town, there might be an unfortunate late night drowning incident.